Hello everyone, this is Cherie, and this is my March 2025 wrap-up vlog, where I go through all the media I consumed in the month of March. But before that, I want to talk about the announcement that NaNoWriMo made on March 31st, 2025. This announcement was made by Interim Executive Director Kilby Blades via her YouTube page. After 25 years, the NaNoWriMo organization is shutting down. Here are the bullet points. Currently, NaNoWriMo holds a six-figure debt and lacks the funding to continue. Shutting down is a logical outcome of long-standing circumstances, not a salacious tale of scandal that can be blamed on child endangerment accusations or AI. And on a more upbeat note, people will write in November regardless. You can watch this entire 28-minute video, The State of NaNoWriMo, a Community Update, March 2025, by visiting Kilby Blades' YouTube channel, NaNoWriMo Kilby. Now, this is kind of sad. I have participated in NaNoWriMo ever since I started this channel, actually. In 2019, Dumpster Donna was my first Nano challenge. Again, NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, but I always used it to write a screenplay. So yeah, it's bittersweet. I never really used the website because it was really clunky and it didn't really account for screenwriting. So I'm a bit removed from it, but I just know that the community, the sense of community that first year that I did it was wonderful. And I met a lot of great people on YouTube, people that I still follow. So yeah, people will keep writing in November. I'm going to keep writing in November. It's a great challenge to have. So that's the update for Nano. Now, speaking of Dumpster Donna, I have been working on it really hard during the month of March. I made all the changes that Jeff Howard recommended, and every day for the past week, I've gotten up really early and I've reread the script. And I've marked, redlined it a little and, went in and fixed it and then printed out those pages again, put it back in, read it the next morning. And this morning, there were only 2 pages that I made any notes on. So it's pretty much there. I will give it one more read tomorrow. And then after that, I think it's just time to send it out into the world. I'm very happy with it. It's flowing really well. And yeah, I might do another table read, perhaps. And I'm going to touch base again with Jeff Howard to see what he recommends my next steps be. And I have some people at work who really want to read it. So I'm going to print it out and give it to them as well. All right, let's move on to the media I consumed in March. I did finish a book. It's Viewfinder by John M. Chu. John is the director of Crazy Rich Asians and Wicked. He's also a Silicon Valley native like I am, and it was just wonderful to go on him through his journey to where he finally ended up. So I do recommend that if you like reading like biographies or memoirs of people in the business. Screenplays read. I read one last month, The Crying Game, and that did win an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for the year that movie came out. It was a long time ago. And then series. I watched the 4th series of Only Murders in the Building. I adore this series. And I had the Disney Hulu bundle because I was trying to watch all the nominated movies for the Oscars. And so I just subscribed again for a month. And I was so happy that, that's the 4th season was on there. And it was wonderful. It's always wonderful. I thought the whole season was going to take place in LA, actually. But it was just like the first episode did, and then they all went back to New York. We are not going to be talking about the Harvard PhD film list this time because I did a challenge last month that took up all my time. So I'm still back at, what number am I on for Harvard? Like 170 or something? So what I did instead of watching movies on the Harvard list was I did a letterboxed challenge called March Around the World. And that's 31 movies from 31 countries. So every day I watched a movie from a different country. So here's my little screenshot of all the movies I watched. And then on the side are the countries that I visited. They correspond with the alphabetical order of the movies that I have right there. The countries aren't in alphabetical order, but like Amores Perros was from Mexico, Azali was from Ghana, Barbara was from Germany, Bim was from Trinidad and Tobago, and etc., etc. So those were all the movies I watched for the challenge, and I will talk about a few of them that I just really loved coming up. All right, so my favorite films watched in March, starting with the 4-star movies. 2 from Germany, Barbara from 2012 and The Seed of the Sacred Fig from 2024. Now, Barbara was my March Around the World challenge movie, and it's about a doctor in East Germany who is planning on escaping. This was around the time of the Cold War, and the wall hadn't come down yet, and it's kind of like a what was that? The Lives of Others. It's kind of like a companion piece to that. In that they're the spies and they're the people trying to do the political stuff. And it was just really lovely. But it was like a warmer version of that story than The Lives of Others was. The Seed of the Sacred Fig actually takes place in 2017, around the time of the protests about the compulsory hijab. And it's about a family that's kind of embroiled in these protest things, and the father's like a government official, and it's just really wonderful. It was nominated for Best International Picture at this year's Oscars, and I hadn't seen it when I did my picks and predictions video. So, but had I seen it, that would have been my pick. I love The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Next up, Japan. Castle in the Sky from 1986 and Kiki's Delivery Service from 1989. So the March Around the World Challenge actually required that one of the movies watched was from Japan and preferably a Studio Ghibli film. So Kiki's Delivery Service was the one I chose, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. Everyone had said it's wonderful, and yeah, I agree. And then I also, from the library, got Castle in the Sky, because that's another one I'd heard that people really loved. And it's action-packed. It's kind of like a Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of thing, where just things keep happening and happening, and action scene after action scene. And it's just wonderful. Next up, The Death of Mr. Lazarescu. This is from Romania from 2005, and it was my March Around the World Challenge, and it also is on the Harvard list. It's just later on in the Harvard list, but at least I can cross that one off now. It's kind of like a realist dramedy about this man who's feeling ill and all the things he has to go through to just even get to the hospital, and for them to look at him. And it was just amazing. Like all the faults of the medical system in Romania. And, being an American, I can relate to a lot of those things as well. Then I watched Hawks and Sparrows from Italy, and this was lovely. It's a surreal, just weird, bizarre, crazy, kind of like, I don't know if you ever saw the movies that the Beatles did, like Hard Day's Night, or like the Monkees TV show, just where crazy things happen and it's just fun. That was this movie, Hawks and Sparrows. Then I finally saw Heretic. All right, this was a horror film from 2024 that I just hadn't had time to see before, but then it went on sale on the Fandango at Home site, and so I had to purchase it, and it was wonderful, wonderful. Hugh Grant plays this man who has these Mormon missionaries, these 2 women come in, and they're trying to, sell him on Mormonism, and he's just coming back at them with all these questions about religion and stuff. And he's not being mean about it. He's just trying to have a real logical conversation. And, then, just things are a little off. And then the story progresses. And I'm not going to tell you anything because you got to watch it. It's really good. Heretic. I definitely watch that one again. And then my March Around the World Challenge movie for Ireland was The Quiet Girl. This came out in 2022. I'd heard lovely things about it. It's in the Irish language, and it's about a girl who goes to live with some relatives during the summer when her mom is giving birth to, I don't know, like their fourth or fifth kid. And she goes to live with the relatives and just has like the summer of a lifetime there. Completely different atmosphere than at her home. And it's just got one of those sad endings that makes you cry. And it actually inspired me to create a list on Letterboxd for these movies that have those ending scenes, that it's just like a big emotional release. All right, moving on to the 4.5-star movies. Waja from Saudi Arabia. This came out in 2012, and it's about a girl who wants a bike. But in Saudi Arabia, girls don't ride bikes. So it's, again, like The Seed of the Sacred Fig. It's got those same kind of conflicts going where the women are oppressed and what they do to get around that oppression. And yeah, it was just a lovely, lovely film. I would totally add this one to my collection. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is The Young Girls of Rochefort. And this was from France, came out in 1967, and it's a musical. And it is a classical Hollywood style musical. Like, there are colors, there are fun songs, there's singing and dancing, and it has a happy ending. And Gene Kelly even makes an appearance. I adore this. And again, another one I would totally add to my collection. And that's it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.